Are you in the market for a condo in the Phoenix Scottsdale area? Well, if so, then today's video is for you, as I am talking about the community of Bella Monte, and I'm starting right now. Welcome back. I'm Michelle Miller with Michelle Miller AZ, and like I said, I'm talking about the condo community of Bella Monte, which actually its address is North Phoenix, but it actually is right on the border of Phoenix and Scottsdale. So if you've been searching for condos in Scottsdale and just haven't found what you've been looking for, well then you might want to widen your parameters a little bit and give Bella Monte a look. So like all my videos, we are going to talk about a little bit about the location, the amenities and the complex types of housing that you can find here, and pros and cons. So, all right, let's just jump in right now with the location. So Bella Monte is just on the north side of the 101. So our 101 makes a giant loop around our valley, and this is just north of it at the 56th Street exit. And so it is just blocks away from our High Street, which is continuing to develop. High Street has some high-end rentals, but it's a street full of shops and restaurants and bars. It's a fun little street, and it's just getting bigger and more filled in as time goes by. And then we are just a short drive to Desert Ridge Marketplace, again with more restaurants. That's a full mall, and then there's some nightlife there as well. So you're very close to a lot of entertainment. Also, you are less than a mile to jump on the 101 and get around the valley very quickly. You're very close to hitting the 51, which is our north and south thoroughfare. We're just a little bit east of the 17, which will take you up to Sedona and Flagstaff and all that stuff. So a very nice central location for getting around town. And again, you're 20 plus minutes to Sky Harbor. If you want to go to dinner in Paradise Valley, you're about 15 minutes from Paradise Valley, or you can jump up and go and explore the Cave Creek area. So again, a nice central location for most things in this valley. Okay, let's talk about amenities at Bella Monte. Okay, so this is a very resort feeling community. Like I said, these units were built in 2007, 2008. So all these plantings and palm trees that they planted are tall and lush. You know, you're around the pool. It's very resort feeling. And there's 3 heated pools, there's 3 spas, and there's 3 workout rooms. So there was talk about maybe only heating a couple of the pools in the wintertime. I don't know if they've gone to that just because of the expense of it. There will always be at least 1 heated pool in this community all winter long. So that is very nice. They have a social committee, so they do social activities. Sold several units in here, and the people that I put in here have all really been very happy with the community. All right, schools in this area. This is the Paradise Valley Unified School District. So we have Desert Trails Elementary and Explorer Middle School. Both of those are about 1.5 miles from the complex. And then Pinnacle High School, which is just under, it's like 2.7 miles, I think, to be exact, from this complex. But if you want more of a private schooling, then there is Basis at Phoenix, which is 6.6 miles away. And then there is Paradise Valley Christian Prep, which is about just a hair over 7 miles away. So there are, other non-public school options that aren't, going to take you an hour to drive your child to school if you don't elect to use the Paradise Valley Unified School District. All right, housing in this community, or the condos that are available. So there's 3 styles. There's an A unit, which is the 2-bedroom. It's an upstairs unit only. It comes with a 1-car garage, which is nice to have a garage on all of these units. It's very spacious. It's 1,410 square feet, so that's a big 2-bedroom place, plus a nice big patio. All of the units have good sized kitchens for the size of the units. So that's a very nice unit. All of them have fireplaces, which is nice. That's kind of a unique feature, especially on a lot of the newer ones. They just don't have it. And believe it or not, you do use a fireplace here in Arizona in the wintertime because it does get chilly, especially with no humidity. And so you might want to kick that on and avoid having to use your heat. All right, the second one is the middle size. It's just under 1,700 square feet, 1,697 to be exact. And that they call that the D unit. And there's an upstairs version and a downstairs version. This one is the most open concept living layout, I would say. The kitchen opens and looks directly on to out into the family room. I will link a video down below of a unit that at the time of making this video, I have for sale in this complex, just so you can kind of see, and that is a D unit. Again, this is a 2-bedroom with an office. In the office here in these units, and the D unit and the C unit are plenty big. They could be a 3rd bedroom if you wanted to. And then there's 2 full baths, and again, large patios, especially, they're all good size, even on the A unit, but the D and C units have really spacious patios. That's a really big plus. Also in the kitchen, which is a big plus, is it's plumbed for gas and electric stoves. So the unit might have electric and you want gas, well, don't let that deter you. And again, this D unit also has a 2-car garage, but on this unit, it's a tandem. The 3rd size is the largest. It's about 1,890 square feet. So again, that's a big condo. 2 bedrooms with an office. Again, it's just a little bit larger in size. Got 2 bathrooms, big kitchen. This one's not as much of an open concept, like the kitchen doesn't totally overlook the family. It's a kitchen, then it opens to the dining room, and then the great room is kind of off to the side. But again, there's an upstairs and a downstairs unit of that. So, and then this one on the C unit has a 2-car garage, but it's a full-size garage. It's a side-by-side setup. Okay, prices of these units at the time of making this video. So the A unit are closing out somewhere like around in the early 500s, depending on if they've been updated or not. So these were all built in 2007 and 8 roughly. So some of them are now starting to turn over, and so you can buy something that is updated instead of doing new construction. So those are closing somewhere in the anywhere between $490 and $520-ish right now at the time of making this video. The middle units, the 1700s, those are going for in the high 600s to early 700s, and then the larger units, those are going for in the 700s. If it's on the golf course, which if you want golf property, this is definitely a consideration, because we do back up to the Wildfire golf course that is with the JW Marriott, and so you can get a golf view. So those are generally, when they're back to the golf course, those have been closing out around mid 700s, at the time of making this video. Okay, let's talk about the pros of Bella Monte. All right, first of all, the location. I had mentioned it several times. It is very centrally located, quick to get on the 101. If you work downtown, you can be to work within a half an hour, or just great proximity to restaurants and dining. Many are walkable if you like to do that, if you like to walk to dinner. So that is a huge plus. Also, and like I said, there's a lot of development happening around this complex. So, I feel like the appreciation is just going to continue as more stuff develops around this area. Also, they're large units. These are big condos. The big patios, that's another big thing, because a lot of condos just don't have very big patios. They're garages. Not all condos have garages, or they have the garages that are in the basement, and you have to get a cart and bring your groceries up. Those are high rise. This complex is just a 2-flat, so there's 2 floors. And so they live more like, the first floor especially lives more like a ranch style, because you have direct entry from your garages if you are on the first floor in this development. So that again is a huge plus. It doesn't rain very often here, but just the ease of bringing your groceries in and things like that, it just makes it a little bit easier. Another plus is it's just low maintenance living. It's just, you can lock and leave, go on vacation. Someone's maintaining the outside, someone's mowing all this grass around here. It is just kind of like an easy way to just kind of come, live, and leave when you want to leave. Okay, what are the cons to living in Bella Monte? Because I've painted it as a pretty nice community, which it is. A con would be, yes, they are spacious units, but they might not be for everybody. If you need a true 3-bedroom, then maybe the office in these opens to the family room, so that might not make the best 3rd bedroom. You could reroute the door, actually, make it a little bit more usable. So if you have questions about that, call me. My contact information will be at the end of the video. Oh, and by the way, if you're finding this video helpful, please make sure to press the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up so that I can continue making videos to help you learn about subdivisions and communities in our Phoenix Scottsdale area. All right, moving on. Cons. So this community sits on 56th Street. If you get a unit that sits on 56th Street, it can be a little noisy. They have connected that up to Pinnacle Peak, and it has gotten a little bit noisier. So if you have no tolerance for road noise, you definitely would want to be more on the interior part of this community. One of the ones on the outside just won't cut it for you. Also, HOA fees. Some people don't like to pay them. In this community, at the time of making this video, they are $340 per month, but that does include your water and your sewer. So that's something to consider. So you would just pay gas and electric if you lived in this complex. There's a second HOA, which is Desert Ridge, because it sits in the area, and that's $288 twice a year. So if you average them both together, it ends up being $388 a month, which isn't terrible when you compare what you get for your dollars compared to some other complexes. There's limited inventory. I've sold in here. These units don't sit on the market very long because of the garages, of the location, of the size of the unit. All the pluses that I said make them sell quickly, which is good if you're a buyer because then you get some appreciation over time as you hang on to this and enjoy living in your new condo. So again, if you are looking for a well-maintained community, great location, has garages, has a dedicated laundry room in your unit, lives more like a house than a high-rise, Bella Monte might be a community that you might want to investigate. So if you have questions about it, please contact me. My contact information is at the end of the video. I'm always happy to take your calls and questions. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.